What's going on, everyone? It's 3 in the Key. We're back. 2024-25 season. Woo! Y'all boys ready?
Let's go.
Get it.
My name is Grant, and I'm the host that thinks Caitlin Clark is the truth. She's the GOAT. She's coming into the WNBA. I didn't see it, but she proved me wrong.
Yeah, future GOAT. What's going on, everybody? I'm Kaim. I'm happy to be back, and I'm the host that knows. If the Lakers draft a white boy, he is to be feared. He is the truth. Dalton Connect is going to average 20 points at some point in his career. I'm calling it now.
Yes, sir.
What's up, y'all? I'm Jay. I'm the host that's going to be watching all the games like it's NFL Red Zone this season. Can't wait.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Bruh, this season got me watching the Orlando Magic. I'm watching the Charlotte Hornets. No one does that.
Yeah.
So, that's good. We got a special episode for you guys today. You know, our 2024-2025 kickoff season preview. Even though the season already started, but, you know, what we think, our awards, MVP, best team, worst team, a little snapshot of that. And we also have another special segment later today. I'm sure you guys saw Shaq on Angel Reese's podcast a few days back, and we have some thoughts on that. So, Let's get into that. Boys. How do you guys feel about the season? How do you feel about the parity? Or what are you guys thinking? Just any thoughts about what's going on?
Hey,
Bro, go ahead, Jay.
For me, I'm just excited. I think this year, there's a lot of, I would watch probably 95% of the league this year. There are still some teams that I don't really care to see. But, overall, I'm dead ass watching all the games this season. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's
The Wizards.
There's almost no bad teams in the West, and there's not a lot of atrocious teams in the East either. I feel like on a normal year, you have quite a lot of just straight up gimme games. But even in the West, their worst teams, last year, the Kings and the Warriors missed the playoffs. So stuff like that, bro, this year is just going to be so interesting. You can't call it. Teams can be anywhere except for those top tier teams like Boston. Teams could really be anywhere if they're not careful from the 2 seed to the 10 seed, 11 seed this year. So every game's super important from the beginning. So I kind of agree with that. I mean, y'all know I lock in on the Lakers. I dang near will probably watch 80 Lakers games this season. I'll sneak in the others when I can.
Well, we'll be Lakers propaganda a little bit later.
Yeah.
But, I think there's just so many storylines this season. You can go down the list of all the teams and see all the storylines. You have, the Celtics going to defend their championship. Wemby year 2. LeBron year 22. Every single team has a storyline. Even LaMelo Ball, Lonzo Ball coming back.
Lonzo came back.
A lot of crazy things. I would even say, will the Detroit Pistons be as ass as they were last year? Maybe not.
They almost beat Boston, bro. They were this close to beating Boston.
Will Jordan Poole prove himself as a franchise player?
Yeah.
We'll see.
That one's tough.
I think the league is just really good this year. Denver, I mean, I'll be honest, we're recording a weekend, not looking like a championship team, 0-2.
Yeah.
That's the two teams that I think they probably should have beat. So it's a very interesting season. Very interesting season. I think I want to get down to the nitty-gritty with you guys.
Let's do it.
I want to know your NBA awards, MVP, six-man coach of the year, all of that. And we can start with, let's just go down the list. Who wants to start?
MVP.
You want me to name all the awards, or are we starting with MVP?
We'll start with MVP.
MVP is a tough one. This year, it's so tough because I honestly think this year's MVP is going to come down to whose team is good. Because I don't think they're going to give it to goddamn Jokic or Giannis or Embiid anymore. I think Luka has a chance, but in the end, I couldn't find a way around it. I actually tried because I hate my answer. I think the award is going to Jason Tatum, bro. And I think it's going to be a team achievement award. First of all, I mean, Jason Tatum actually is playing like an MVP right now, but I don't expect him to continue playing like that. Boston has 5 players that can average 20, and one's hurt right now, and they're still winning every single game. They're shooting record-breaking amounts of threes. I think Boston might run through the league this year, regular season. I'm not convinced they'll do it in the playoffs, but I think regular season they're going to run through it. and you're gonna have to give it to somebody on the squad.
I agree. I mean, I don't agree with the MVP vote, but I agree that Boston's going to be good.
Yeah,
But just watching Boston those first few games, I was like, everyone plays defense, everyone hits the three, everyone can create. Oh my
Yeah.
god,
They have no weaknesses.
yeah.
they have no weaknesses.
So, Jay, what do you think?
Ooh, MVP. I know we said we are going to save the propaganda for later, but Anthony Davis. If
Yes,
he continues what he's doing right now,
yes,
like this is unbiased. This is me watching him play,
yes.
and I feel like the MVP award has like strayed from the path a bit. You know, before they used to say, "Yo, you have to be great on both sides of the ball," and I feel like recently it's been like, "All right, are you really good at offense? Are you very dominant on offense?" And those are the players that get it. Not saying they're like the worst on defense, but they're not top 10 in defensive player of the year. Like no, like nobody cares about that like that anymore. Respectfully,
Yeah.
I think that this time we'll probably see that Anthony Davis, and if not Anthony Davis, Wemby. Bro, I've seen this man Wemby play. Once his shot becomes more consistent, he will have no weaknesses. No, like they said like he's like Kevin Durant. He can be better than Kevin Durant.
Do you think he'd be better than Kevin Durant?
He could be better than Kevin Durant, bro.
Kevin Durant got the 2-time NBA champion, 1-time MVP, top 10 scorer all time.
Hey man, I'm just
Kevin
saying.
Durant. I respect that though.
That's funny.
I love the AD pick. I literally love the AD pick. That was gonna be my pick. When I said I was trying, I'm glad you said that because when I was trying, I was gonna make the AD pick. I truthfully don't think the Lakers are gonna win enough games, and that hurts my soul. I think that's what's gonna happen in the end because they haven't won enough games the past 2 or 3 or 4 years to have their people like involved. But the way AD's playing right now is insane. 30 plus 3 straight games, hitting the three a little bit, blocking a couple shots a game. He looks crazy.
AD's looking like a monster. He is looking like a monster, you know. And we'll get this a little bit later, but I attribute it to JJ Redick. Their offense looks way better than it did last year. That shit looked horrible. Pick and roll, isolation, AD LeBron. No one else ran. Bro. Corner to Torian Prince. Come on, man. That's not an offense. That's not an offense.
Yeah. I did hate that YMCA style offense. And it was starting to make me so mad.
Yeah, so it was never going to work there. But no, AD is a good pick too. Again, I think it depends on if they win enough games. If they win 60 games, that's a
60 games is a lot of games though. You said 60 games. You said 60 like it was 40.
Okay, my bad. Let me know 50, like 52, 53.
Yeah.
52, 53.
Which they could do, bro. They won like 47 games last year. We think they were terrible, but they were a few games away from 50 wins.
They had injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have injuries.
Mm-hmm. All right. My pick, I put a lot of thought into my pick, but I think I have a lot of confidence in this person. It's going to be Shea, bro. It has to be Shea.
Good pick.
He's going to be the best player on the best team in the West.
That's a good pick.
They looked, after watching the first 3 games, they're 3-0, I think, or 2-0.
Yeah.
3-0. They have not played their best, and they're still blowing teams out. They blew the Nuggets out, and they did not play their best at all. So I think that if Shea does what he needs to do, he'll probably average 30 points, probably somewhere around 9 assists, probably around 5 or 6 rebounds. I think if he puts those numbers up on the number 1 team in the West, he'll be the MVP.
That's a good pick. That's how it used to be, man. They used to say, hey, MVP, best player on the best team.
Best player on the best team.
So, the clear best player. Not like fake Jason Tatum, but
Yeah. Clear best player.
Yeah, I know. We enjoy Jason Tatum slander over here, so.
That's a fake Jason Tatum.
All right. My next award is Defensive Player of the Year. Who wants to go?
Right, you can start, Jay.
Hey, man, I'm trying not to repeat with my picks, but I got AD or Wemby.
Yeah.
I think Gobert's era is over. He's still going to be great at defense, still going to be great at what he does, even though I'm a hater sometimes. But I do think the way AD's playing right now, and I do think Wemby, the way he's playing, the way he can get better at what he's doing, it'll probably be him.
Yeah, that one's super tough because I also agree. I think Gobert's reign is over. I think even if Gobert deserved it, they wouldn't give it to him. I think, 1, people just don't like him. 2, he has 4 of them already. Like, all right. I think Draymond's too old, bro. He's already getting texts. And I think Wemby's too young. So I have to goddamn sneak after you and say, I think it's AD's time, bro. I think he's whined about it so much And bro, for good reason, not just because he's a punk, but like he's whining about it. That if he plays good on defense, everybody's going to be paying attention to it. And I think sometimes these awards are based on what everybody's paying attention to because the media is voting on it. So what are we talking about? AD's coming out to every press conference like, yeah, I guess goddamn they don't like me in the Defensive Player of the Year voting. So I feel like this year people are going to pay special attention. And as long as the Lakers have a reasonable defense, because to be honest, they don't have a lot of defenders on the team. Like they have a very offensive starting lineup. I mean, even the people off the bench are really offensive. Until Vanderbilt comes back, they really only AD plays defense. So if they can have like a top 12 defense, I feel like they have to give it to him. And I hope he gets it. I think it might be his time.
I agree with both y'all boys. I put AD as well.
Shoot.
As well. Yeah. I just don't see anyone else. Again, like you said, Jay, if it's not Victor, I don't see anyone else being the Defensive Player of the Year. Unless it's someone out of left field.
They give it to unless they give it to like Drew Holiday or something.
Yeah.
Who they could, or like Giannis could come back for it.
Yeah.
I don't think Giannis's defense is as defensive focused as he has been in the past.
Yeah, and their team was getting looked last like they were putting up points.
Yeah, so no, I agree. AD is a good pick. We'll put some money on it. Prize picks.
So. Not in Georgia though. It's not legal here. Yeah. No, they tried to get me.
We got the Jonte Porter. All right. All right. My next award is six man. I can start with six man. I think this is one of the hardest ones.
Very hard.
And of course, most improved player because it's so much variation. But after doing a little bit of deep diving and research, I decided to do Trey Mann. I think Trey Mann off the Hornets bench will be six man, and not because the team is good, but because he's going to be dropping a lot of points. I think he had like he's averaging 16 or 17 off the bench.
Dang.
I mean, the team is trash, but he's hooping.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I want to trust that. The only problem is because the team's bad, he might start starting. That's the only thing that could mess you up there. Because the team is bad, they're gonna be like, well, if he starts or comes off the bench, who cares? Like,
that makes sense. Yeah.
What you got, Jay?
Yeah.
No, I really like Nas Reed personally. I definitely think he deserved it last year. I think he'll step up big for them again. I do think with like the shift, the only problem with him is like DiVincenzo's on the team now, and low key, I think he was like top 10. So that might like skew it if they're both coming off the bench. One of them's probably gonna end up starting during the season. So I would definitely think it's a toss up. I got to see how it plays out between them, but I would choose one of those two as my pick.
That's a great pick. I think I gotta go with Malik Monk, bro. I'm with Malik Monk in Sacramento. I feel like he plays like a starter. Like when he plays, I feel like he'll finish games for them. I feel like this year I watched a couple games. They're losing games, but he's passing the ball better. He can score. He plays with a lot more confidence now than I ever seen him play with before, especially when he was with the Lakers. So I think Malik Monk will get it, but I agree with you, Grant. This one was the toughest. Yeah. This one was the toughest one. But yeah. Malik Monk, Sacktown.
That's a good pick. I actually wasn't thinking about that pick either. I think that's a good pick. I think Sacramento, kind of like the Hornets, I mean, they didn't make the playoffs last year, so they
which is crazy.
Have to make the playoffs. They have to be
they do.
Low-key top 5 seed in the West. And Malik Monk probably has to average 18 or 19 points.
Yeah, he's going to have to.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, all of these, I feel like the team has to be good. So,
yep. Yeah. That's the only thing about Trey Mann, bro. I don't know if they definitely don't.
I don't think they give it to
look at 6 men of the year like MVP. But if you're horrible, bro.
If you're not in the playoffs, they're not looking at you.
Yeah, if your team is horrible, bro, they might overlook you, dog.
You can't give awards to bad teams, bro, unless you're like a superstar. Like, you know?
Yeah. Unless you're like Russell Westbrook, triple-double on the 6th seed, they had to give it to him. They did.
All right. So now for most improved player. This was another hard one. Pretty much anyone. Anyone in the league that's not a starter. Yeah. Anyone low-key that's not a starter or even a starter. I'm playing.
Even a starter these days.
So I can go first with my pick. I chose Jalen Green. He just got his new contract.
That's a good pick.
He's got a baby to feed now.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
Oh, shoot. He was hooping last season. Like at the end of last season, he was hooping. I think if he does a full season of that, he will be most improved player. He has the ability to average 25,
Yeah.
25, 26, 27 if he really puts it together. And I think the only thing that will stop that is the development of Alperen Sengun.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If Sengun is all-star caliber, then I think it will take points and possessions away from Jalen Green.
Oof. This was hard, and this is gonna be a interesting answer. We are just shuffling players at this point. I think they might throw it to Wemby, bro. Especially if he doesn't get Defensive Player of the Year. I think if Wemby comes in, plays well, if obviously they haven't been playing well, but if Chris Paul can actually average 3 or 4 assists to Wemby a game and give him a few easy scoring opportunities so where scoring goes up, like you said, Jay, if his shooting can get more consistent, I think Wembanyama has a chance, especially because I feel like that's how they give the award a lot of times. I feel like they give this award, even though in my head it should be somebody that goes from a scrub to like decent. I feel like they give it from those people who are like almost an all-star who jump to the all-star.
Yeah.
And so I think Wemby could get it this year, especially because I think they might cheat him, even if he deserves it on MVP or Defensive Player of the Year, because he's so young. Like sometimes these awards are just like, it's not his turn. And so I think it might be Wemby's turn for most improved this year if he can improve a little bit.
Hey, bro. Mine is probably a bit of a hot take. I'm going with Chet.
Really?
I'm going with Chet, bro. He was the number 2 pick for a reason. Like, I feel like he got injured. People forgot about him. He came back, was hooping last year. They made it in the playoffs. Everybody's talking about Shea. It's like, oh, Shea. Everybody's talking, well, I won't even say just Shea.
Shea.
The whole team was good. So
Yeah.
everybody was talking like the whole team. But I feel like if you take a player like Chet, he's a good number 2. And to me, you put him on another team, number 1. Like I think he can lead a team to winning basketball.
Chet.
I think he could be a missing piece for some teams that are like, they're solid, but they need like a superstar.
Yeah.
I think Chet could be a superstar.
Chet Holmgren, in 2 years, you're a Laker.
I hope so.
Yeah, we need him. That's tough.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick.
That is a good pick.
I think y'all boys' picks were better than mine, actually, now that I think about it.
I mean, Jalen Green's a hooper. I almost chose Şengün, actually. I was about to say that. I almost chose Şengün.
I just think that Rockets have too many players developing at the same time, and they're kind of like fighting touches.
Yeah,
it's actually interesting. They might have too much young talent. Yeah.
And they'll still miss
without that clear high. Like, the Thunder have a lot of young talent, but like you said at the beginning, Grant, like, we know SGA is the clear guy.
Yeah.
I think Şengün might be walking in and out. He might not say it aloud, but he might think he's better than Jalen Green. And I feel like Jalen Green probably thinks he's better than Şengün. So they're probably going to have to work that out.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
Work that shit out.
It doesn't even matter, bro.
I think that's the most even duo I've ever seen. I know a lot of people think Jason Tatum's like clearly better, but I can't say that. I can't say that.
It's even, bro.
I think Jason Tatum has more skills and he has a deeper bag.
Yeah.
I think Jaylen Brown is just more athletic and hits the 3 better sometimes.
And he's a dog.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown's a dog. I think it's even. I think Jason Tatum's slightly better, but yeah, I mean, for them, it's not even about that. We'll talk about that later, bro. With the Celtics, it's about 1 through goddamn 10.
All right. Last award, Coach of the Year. I'll start with you, Kaim.
You know who I think has a good chance to win it? Goddamn, out in the arid desert, Mike Budenholzer, bro. I just think, bro, with that much scoring talent, with that much all-time talent, KD, Devin Booker, and goddamn Bradley Beal. With now a defensive coach, they got some good players coming off the bench now. They have to be better than what were they, like a 6 seed or something, 7 seed last year? I think they can get better. They can win games. I think they'll be better than the Clippers, who are better than them last year. I think they'll be better than some teams. And if they improve, I mean, KD still looks good. Booker looks good. If they improve enough, I think he can get the award.
Wow. Jeremiah?
I think if the Lakers win more than about 53 games, it'll go to JJ Redick.
It definitely will, though. If they really get like top 5 seed, it's going to JJ Redick almost automatically.
Yeah, but
they've been in the play-in 2 or 3 years in a row.
Exactly. You go from playing to like top 5, you will notice. I think a lot of other teams are going to be around the same mark they were last year. So to me, I think the teams that like the coaches that have the chance, like Chris Finch, it depends like what happens with that Julius Randle trade to see like how much more they can elevate. And like say they're a higher seed or more wins, not even a higher seed, more wins. The team just looks more complete. I'll respect him because I don't know if that trade was the best thing for them.
No, bro, they got worse.
Maybe I don't have the basketball mind to comprehend what's
Yeah.
that's what I keep telling myself. So we'll see.
Boys, pea-brained. Nah. You're right, though. They did get worse. Nah, I think that's a good pick, too, because I'm also saying JJ Redick.
Yeah.
Right. They're 3-0 right now. Best start in a long time.
You know, I didn't even know that.
If they take the same roster, minus Torian Prince, he sucked.
Yeah.
But take the same roster.
No, for real.
Bring him to, like, a 4 seed or a 5 seed. That's Coach of the Year material. In the West, that's Coach of the Year material.
That's honestly the proof is in the pudding. Like, we have the same players, bro. We still, Vanderbilt's still injured. Christian Wood's still injured. We have the same exact players. You just throw in Dalton Connects, bro, and Bronny.
Yeah.
Instead of Torian Brown. Yo, why y'all laughing, man?
You just try to sneak Bronny in there like
hey,
man,
bro, y'all about to get
player.
We're about to get a good cease and desist from Clutch Sports, bro.
Bro, the black SUV's gonna be outside after this.
Yeah,
that's funny. Okay, no, good. I'm happy me and Jay agree on JJ Redick. I'm surprised you didn't say JJ Redick. I'll be honest.
Getting my hopes up surrounding the goddamn Lakers has caused me immense pain. So I'm not certain they'll win enough games to get the award, bro.
I mean, the boys are 3-0. Can't complain.
They look great, bro. LeBron. Hey, y'all saw LeBron the other day? Man, 16-4, started hitting every jump shot.
He was wilding. I was watching him at the end, and he put up everything and hit everything. So that was he can still do it. It's just surprising he can still do it.
It's impossible.
You give him the ability to, he'll do it.
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm gonna lump the last two, which is champion and worst team in the league. Jay, I'll let you start with that.
Ooh, champion. I got to be honest with you. The Celtics look significantly better than everybody else right now.
And I hate that.
They look significantly better than everybody else right now. And if they can keep banging these threes away, it's not going to be close. Like people are saying,
I hate that.
Yeah, like the only thing that could stop them to me is a team that can figure it out defensively, or a team that's going to get into a shootout with them, which you can't get into a shootout with them because
you can't win a shootout.
All 5 of them defend too. So you're not going to win that way.
Mm-hmm. And so, I think that's why Indiana kind of gave them the toughest run, because
that's
they
true.
went to a shootout. It was a shootout.
They did go for a shootout.
Indiana actually had crazy offense, sneaky crazy offense.
So, Jay, what about your worst team?
Ooh, worst team. That's hard. Probably the Trailblazers.
Dang.
Oh, dang. Yeah, I forgot they even existed.
Exactly. Yeah, probably the Trailblazers. Unless Shaedon Sharp can get his life together. He actually was looking a little better. He has looked a little bit better, but yeah, they got nothing going for them.
Is Scoot a bust?
I mean, he looked good the other day, didn't he?
He looked.
They were saying consensus #1 pick if it wasn't for Wemby, and he's been looking super mid.
Yeah, I think his days are numbered.
Dang.
In the league?
I mean, he's on one of the worst. If you can't play well, the only way to go is down.
You're right.
Yeah, dog.
All right, Kaim. What do you think? Champion and worst team?
Bruh, my if we're being honest, my gut's telling me the Celtics, but that's not good content. So I had to traverse the land for another option. And bro, I think the Thunder might do it. I watched the Thunder, and when I watched the Thunder, just of course, small sample size, first couple games, as I'm watching them, they remind me a little bit of the feeling I got, not the same style, but how Denver was a couple of years ago, when I'm like, this whole team is so good. Everybody that plays on their team, not they're all stars. Like in Boston, it's different because all 5 players could damn near make the All-Star team. But like Derek White was on the Olympics, and that's their worst starter. So Boston, that's why, like, to be honest, if I had to put money, I would say them. But if I'm just talking, everybody that plays for the Thunder is good. I do really wish Hartenstein had not got hurt. I think picking up Hartenstein and picking up Caruso to a team that was already a top 3 seed in the West.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't know how they did it. I don't know how they turned Josh Giddey into goddamn Alex Caruso.
I don't know what. Maybe my mind just doesn't comprehend what the Bulls were seeing,
bro.
Yeah, finesse, bro.
Because if you're tanking, you need picks. They didn't even get picks. They traded them straight up.
Yeah,
like they were at equal value.
Player, yeah, I didn't get that one either.
Good GM, bad GM, brother.
Yeah. No, bro. So I think taking a team that's already great. I think the other teams in the West that were great, like Denver, got a little bit worse. I think the Timberwolves got a little bit worse. And adding Caruso and Hartenstein, I think that's a winning formula. So I think they can get to the finals. Once they get to the finals, they will have a dogfight on their hands. But I think they might have what it takes to break out if Shaq can give us 5 superstar games.
They all defend too.
They can do it.
I can respect that.
Yeah. And, Chet is also another defensive player of the year candidate. So
yeah.
So we didn't mention him. Kaim, your worst team.
Almost forgot about that. Yeah. So I actually respect Jay's answer so much to the Trailblazers, I almost switched it. But I'll stick with what I said so I can talk to my talking points, which was, bruh, I don't even think this team has the worst talent. I think they're cursed. And it's the Charlotte Hornets, bruh. Because bro, I look at the Hornets, how are they always so bad? They have Miles Bridges, they have LaMelo, they have Brandon Miller. They've had I feel like the past 3 years they've had players, bro. Like not championship level players, but 10 seed level players, bro. And they can't do it. And I feel like for some reason, I don't understand it when I watch, but no team seems to want to keep Grant Williams, bro. He's out there now. I'm concerned that LaMelo and Brandon Miller are good, talented, flashy, but maybe not winning. Like there are certain players like that are good, but they're not winning players. And I'm concerned they might be in that bucket, kind of like a Zach LaVine kind of guys. Like, dang, that player's averaging 25, but it seems like they never win.
Yeah,
what the heck?
You can't have 3 Zach LaVines on your team.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna get done, bro.
Yeah. So I still think if I had to choose, like, hey, who you want to play tomorrow, bro? I'd be like, dang, and this is my team I'm cheering for. I'm like, dang, let me see the Hornets. Let me see the Hornets. Let's see what we do. They have the best announcers, but the worst team.
Yeah.
Right.
It was up to the announcers. I think they're top 5.
Yeah, announcers. We said, home diddly doo.
Nah. I think the Hornets will be better this year. I think it's really been the injuries for the Hornets. LaMelo Ball has been injured dang near every season, honestly, which isn't good. So we need to have a dialogue about that, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. No, but I think I don't know. I don't think the Hornets will be that bad this year. I'll go with my team, which I've been slandering them all show, which is the Wizards, bro. I think.
Oh yeah.
Forgot
That's
about
a good
that.
pick. That's a good pick.
Of course, it's like Detroit is bad, but like Detroit, they just need to put it together. Like
they have some talent.
I don't think the Wizards have the talent.
Yeah, I don't think they're serious about winning.
They're not. They're taking for a number one pick, bro.
I don't think they made any. Didn't they made one move maybe?
Yeah,
I think they picked up Jonas Valanciunas. I'm serious, though.
That doesn't faze me.
Harris.
What was that?
Did they pick up Tobias Harris?
No. The Pistons got him.
Okay. I'll respect.
Really?
Yeah.
I respect. I know they had Jonas Valanciunas, but yeah, that's not gonna do it, brother.
But they got Jordan Poole, Kyle Kuzma, the goddamn meme brothers, hooping out there.
Unfortunately, that's not good.
I was like, that's your 1 and 2. That can't be your 1 and 2, bro.
Yeah,
bro. They got hold on. They got the number 2 pick in the draft.
Who? Sarr?
That guy. Yeah.
Sarr sucks too.
I gotta be honest. Yeah, I was gonna say, bro. He's gonna fall. He's gonna fall to the abyss too.
Yeah. So the Wizards are my worst.
This might have been the worst draft ever, bro. That's the number 2 pick we're talking about.
Yeah, no, I think like the top 5 guys are gonna get outshined by the guys after them.
Yeah. Connect
makes sense.
Like, yeah, we're talking about connect.
Yeah, like connect.
So, and then my champion, unfortunately, I think it's gonna be the Celtics, bro. I think.
Yeah.
I'm watching dang near a juggernaut. I'm watching a team that just runs through teams. a team that's strong at every single position, a team that plays well together. The role players know their role. The stars know their role. It's a well-oiled machine over there in Boston. So
well-oiled machine.
I think that I think when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, I don't think anyone can beat them in 7 games.
Bro, there's a piece of me though. You know they put up like 63s in the opening night, broke a record. There's a piece of me that thinks they might have a live by the 3, die by the 3 situation happening where when you're in the playoffs, bro, you have 3 bad shooting games, it might be clipped. It really might be clipped.
What are the odds, though? What are the odds?
Yeah,
bro. Like, and what are the odds that every single player got?
That's
like,
yeah.
Remember, last year, like Jason Tatum would have a bad game, it didn't matter. Jaylen Brown would have a bad game, wouldn't matter. Like, you know,
they said Jason Tatum didn't even play good in the finals. That's what they said.
Yeah, that's why they won Finals MVP, bro.
And they still won.
Yeah,
and that's their best player. It's actually sad
of him being there.
Imagine in 2001, Allen Iverson had every single bad game. They would got ran over.
Oh, bro, they wouldn't have made the playoffs.
Yeah. They wouldn't have made the playoffs. I think this is the first team I've ever seen, and obviously I've only been watching for like 10 or 15 years, that could really genuinely be a dynasty, and I don't think they have like an all-time like top 15 kind of guy, bro. Like the people that we see, even going back before I was watching, like the Lakers and Celtics had goddamn Magic and Bird and Kareem. The Bulls had goddamn, of course, Jordan. Like the Spurs had Tim Duncan. Like normally, obviously the Warriors had Steph. I don't even know if you really. LeBron didn't really have a dynasty. LeBron's goddamn a dynasty as an individual. But the Celtics, I feel like I respect Tatum and Brown. For now, they're great, but I don't know if you'll put them in the same breath as like KD, Steph, Magic, Bird. Like, so for them to not have that guy, it's insane to me that they look so much better than everybody else. They look so much better than everybody else. It's insane. They're how do they have a starting 5 like that? I hear goddamn Rob Pelinka, GM of the Lakers, goddamn complaining every press conference about, the new CBA, can't make any trades. There's nothing. I can't grease the wheels. I can't do anything. Their starting 5 is insane. And I think Mazzulla is actually a good coach. They had 2 good coaches on their bench. They had Udoka, fired him, pulled Mazzulla out of the hat. So
they always had good coaches. They had Brad Stevens before that. He was a good coach.
That's true. Hey, so you know what that means? That means you think Doc Rivers is the GOAT.
Imagine the Celtics with Darvin Ham. Do you think they'd be good?
Well, you put the Celtics or Doc Rivers, I promise you they're not top 3.
There's so much Darvin Ham hate, bruh. D Ham went to the Western Conference Finals.
Okay, now that's good. We now have our awards. Who we think's gonna win? We're gonna put some money on it. Prize picks, Kaim.
Yeah, smart. Hey, yo, give us the sponsor, bruh. Give us the sponsor this year.
Give us the sponsor, Prize Picks. We're gonna make a little pivot. A quick pivot. Want to talk about Shaq on Angel Reese's podcast and just the absolutely diabolical things he was saying to her on our podcast, saying he envisioned her wearing shorts, dunking, a specific type of shorts that are pretty low cut. So how do you guys feel about that? And just does Shaq need some PR training?
He's just an old man, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that's how old men talk.
They're different.
They're different, bro. And an old man with money, who's gonna tell him stop? Like, yeah, he's getting cooked on social media, but he'll be back on NBA on TNT. Is he there tonight? Probably. Like,
Probably. See, so hold on. So Shaq was simply saying. If you break it down, bro, if you really break it down, all Shaq was saying is, hey, if you lower the rim a little, bro, and allow the girls to dunk, you'll have more eyeballs. Now, he decided to take it to the next level when he said, hey, remember that fit you were in on Wild and Out? See, I didn't know about this. I had to look up the fit. I looked up the fit, and I asked myself, would I watch more? The outfit that Angel Reese was wearing on Wildin' Out, bro. I mean, you have to understand, bro. Shaq's 50-something years old. I do understand he's wildin', but I also think there might be an unfortunate fact here, which is, bro, if the girls wore shorter and tighter shorts, more people will watch. You can say that's like sad. You can say like, oh my goodness, you can't say that. I mean, I'm not saying I'm proud of it, of being a part of it, but bro, like, for example, anybody ever watch volleyball without knowing the rules?
I mean, I know the rules of volleyball.
Yeah, I know the rules, bro.
Bruh, sometimes you just got to watch some volleyball. The Olympics are on. I'm like, yeah, this is a good sport. It's a great sport. Watch some goddamn track and field. And like, hey, bruh, you really wonder deep down, why am I watching this? It's not conscious, but I think it's perfectly fine for the WNBA to say no. Like, no, we're not doing that. I think that's fair. I think Shaq is just, like Jay said, Shaq can say whatever he wants, so he say whatever he wanted. And I don't know if he's wrong. I just think it's sad.
It's sad that he's not wrong?
I think he's wrong for the lowering the rims comment. Come on. Well, actually, I think he's wrong for all of it. But the thing is, bro, like, you can't if you lower the rims, you have to change, like, the style of basketball. Like, that changes everything. That's not, like, a simple thing to do. Like, okay, yeah, you played all your life like this, but once you get to the WNBA, we lower the rims. Like, no, you would have to start early lowering.
No, you have to change the whole game from young.
Yeah, and they're not doing that. And that's just ridiculous. And honestly, all it's going to take is for one new prospect to come. You know, we already got Caitlin Clark. Next, there's going to be a prospect that's booming over people. And once she comes into the league, eyeballs will be on the league.
Yeah.
Like, we'll get there. We'll get there.
They're also, bro, they need time. Go ahead, G.
No, I was just going to say, there will be a girl that's 6'3", 6'4", super athletic, can boom, long wingspan. Yeah. There'll be a girl like that soon. I think very soon, actually. So
probably. I mean, especially. I was about to get canceled. I'm about to tell y'all after the pod. But you know, bruh. Anyways, they just need more time too. Like, real talk. Especially if Angel continues to improve, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese could be like damn near Magic and Bird. So like, obviously, it's gonna take long. It's gonna take a few years. They're younger than the NBA. And the game is less athletic and less flashy. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but I think they're on the right path. Like, Caitlin Clark really boosted them right now. 10 years from now, I don't even think they had to be booming. Because, see, I actually watched a little bit of the podcast to get ready. And Angel was like, Angel doesn't think even men, which Shaq was talking about, want to see, like, Brittany Griner type shorties, like, booming on everybody, goddamn, overpowering people. I don't know if that's true or not, but I think if they get like a Kyrie Irving type prospect, if they get an Allen Iverson type prospect, somebody that's really quick, these new players are like that. Juju Watkins is like that. Like, if they start just looking more like the men and maybe more emulating the guards, I think it'll be very hard for them to ever catch up to the league. But I think they can close the gap.
Mm-hmm. I enjoy watching the league now. I went to a game this season.
Yeah.
I went to a game too. But I mean, you know, the game was cheaper.
Oh no!
You have to understand.
Well, Chicago Sky game tickets—they're not as cheap as they were last year.
Oh, Angel Reese. Actually, I wanted to go see Angel Reese. So I guess Shaq's wrong. I already wanted to go see her. But I wanted to go see Angel Reese because I couldn't afford Caitlin Clark. Let's be honest.
Bro, Caitlin Clark here more expensive than most Bulls tickets.
That's what I'm saying. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese, bro. That's a big game.
Like, I have to save up for that game.
That's funny. All right. Well, all right, boys. That wraps up this episode of 3 in the Key. Hope you guys had a good time. And we'll see you next episode.
That brings us to the end of the episode. Got through another one. We appreciate y'all for making it to the end. Man, remember, leave comments on the YouTube channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, send it to a friend. If you listen to podcasts, we're on Spotify, Apple Music, everything. And hey, man,
argue if you need to.
Yeah, argue if you need to.